Oh, hello! I didn't see you there again! I was just listening to one of my favorite video game songs. So I am in the market now for a mouse. The one I have now is big and bulky and just doesn't fit in my hand right. I want something smaller, responsive, lightweight, that's a gaming mouse and also wireless. And I think I have found one. It is an older mouse. It came out May of 2018. But for the price, I still think it's one of the best ones you can get.
Epic!
Okay, let's just add it to the cart and do Prime shipping. Now we just have to wait. Oh my god. Alright, coming. Oh my god.
Special Amazon Prime delivery for you, sir.
That was extremely quick. The box says what's inside the box, which we will talk about. It also says the mouse is rated for 10 million clicks, and it gives the link for Logitech's gaming software, which I will include in the description. Here's the mouse, and here's a whole lot of papers pouring out of the box. I found it funny that the battery has a not for retail sale label on it, so sorry to anybody that wanted to sell this battery. It also comes with a nano USB extender. This is not a wire to make it a wired mouse, unfortunately. Let's see what these papers are all about. This one just says don't look at the invisible laser with a magnifying object. Okay. And this one just tells you how to put the battery in and talks about the nano USB extender. Cool. And here's the moment we've all been waiting for, the mouse.
Cheers.
It's a nice and clean mouse. It has 6 buttons, it's not flashy, it doesn't have RGB lighting, and I like it for that. Some gaming mouse includes so many buttons, it's like having a keyboard on the mouse. The on and off button is on the back, and also we have the hero sensor. Laser sensors used to be the best, but optical sensors are now preferred. It's supposed to give you the best response, tracking performance, and better power efficiency. Wireless technology has gone so far that you really do get similar performance with wireless as you do with wired. And even if a wired mouse gives you 1 millisecond better response, I'm willing to sacrifice that for the convenience of having a wireless mouse.
I sacrificed thee to the wired god.
It has 5 rubber pads at the bottom, and when you open the case up, you'll find the nano USB and you'll find where the battery goes, which is one AA battery, and it's supposed to give you 250 hours of power. It's made of hard plastic and it feels well made. There are no rattles or sounds when you shake it. It doesn't feel like the sturdiest mouse I've ever held, but that kind of comes with it being so lightweight. The only lighting on this mouse is the DPI button, and it changes lighting as you change DPI settings. It's a pretty small mouse. If you have a smaller to medium hand size, then this size is perfect. Just compare it to my old Logitech M510, and it was always just too bulky and it just never fit in my hand right. And this one just seems to fit the whole thing, and it just feels very nice. The size should also allow you to hold it with whatever grip you choose. The mouse by itself weighs 73 grams. With the alkaline battery weighs 96 grams. And with the lithium battery it's 89 grams. If you want to go even beyond that, then without the lid, it's 81 grams. This is if you want to achieve legendary Super Saiyan status though. My old mouse with 2 alkaline batteries was 133 grams. What a beast. Okay, now I want to show you how clicky the buttons are, and what better way to do that than through some ASMR. I like it. Left and right buttons. Ooh, nice. Side buttons. Ooh, gives me the tingles. Ooh, thank you for the 40,000 bit donation. You give me the tingles. DPI button. I like it. Scroll wheel and the button. That one could be clickier. Yeah, but it's okay. This is Logitech's G Hub, which you can download for free, and it's also where you can mess around with all the settings. The mouse comes with an option called G Shift, which you can use to basically assign a secondary command to all your buttons. Under assignments, the program also lets you set different commands, actions, macros for each different button. You can pretty much make the buttons do whatever you want. You even have the option to integrate Overwolf, Discord, or OBS. Under sensitivity, you can change DPI or dots per inch, basically how many dots the cursor moves on the screen per inch of sensor movement. This sensor is giving you 200 to 12,000 DPI, which I think is plenty, but Logitech also has the 16K sensor, and they are color coded from yellow, white, orange, and purple. You can also change the polling rate here from 125, 250, 500, and 1000. Basically, that means how often the mouse will report its position to the computer. Now, what settings are best? Well, that really depends. It's really a matter of preference. I suggest you just open up an accuracy test and just mess around with the settings and see what works best for you. In general though, most people stay in between 800 to 1600 DPI and 500 to 1000 polling rate. I also tested the polling rate using a mouse rate checker, and all 4 polling rates were accurate. Just a reminder, under mouse settings you might want to turn off enhanced pointer precision, which basically acts like mouse acceleration and adjusts your DPI depending on how fast you're moving your mouse. The mouse also has an onboard memory slot, which means you can save your settings on here, and if you change computers, you don't have to adjust everything again. Now when it comes to gaming, my experience was very smooth. The mouse was very responsive and I was able to do everything I wanted to do. Of course, it helps that I really like the feel of the mouse in my hand. I even felt like aiming down the sight and turning was smoother and more responsive. I really like how lightweight the mouse is. It never feels like it's holding you back. When your wrist moves, the mouse moves too. It's also really nice to be able to set so many different commands and shortcuts, and of course that will come in handy not just in gaming, but general day-to-day use as well. So do I recommend this mouse? Absolutely. It's simple to use, well-made, responsive, lightweight, easy to travel with, and for a gaming mouse, $50 is actually very budget friendly. And going from a non-gaming mouse to a gaming mouse, when I was playing first-person shooters or a game with a lot of action that required me to move the mouse really quick, I actually felt like I had more control over my movements and it was just more responsive. Now, some of the downsides of the mouse, this first one could be a good thing or a bad thing, but for a gaming mouse, it doesn't have a lot of crazy gaming gimmicks, no RGB lighting. It just looks like a normal mouse. It only has 6 buttons, which I like, but if you're a person that likes to have a lot of buttons to reprogram, then this is not the mouse for you. If you're a person with a large hand, you may want to try out this mouse in your hand before buying it, because it is on the smaller side, so it may not fill your entire hand, and that might be a problem for you. It doesn't come with a wire to make it a wired mouse, and it doesn't have Bluetooth, which some other mouse do provide. I also didn't really like the middle click. All of the other buttons are fine, but the middle one just wasn't clicky enough for me, and I could have used more feedback. The only other downside I can think of is because it's made of hard plastic and the thumb doesn't really have a grip, then it might get slippery if your hand sweats. But overall, I would definitely recommend this mouse for someone that wants a responsive, lightweight gaming mouse but doesn't want to spend upwards of $100 or $120 on a mouse. I hope you liked this video, and please leave a comment on what you liked or disliked about the video and what I could do to make future videos better.